So I said to Jess, do you want to give this a go? And
I was like, yeah,
she
go
was,
for it.
without any hesitation, she was like, yeah. So
it
was really exciting, wasn't it? So we sort of thought about it a bit. We spoke about it, and then one day we'd gone shopping, and Jess had said in the car, she said, look, if we're going to do it, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. So
he was really excited.
So we raced home and filmed a video before the school run, and it was probably the worst video I've ever filmed in our life.
He wasn't even concentrating on the camera. Yeah. It was just, he was in the video was just...
I was just enjoying myself, forgetting about the video.
Hello and welcome to Coming on Top, a podcast that dives deep into the world of sex, love, dating, relationships, and we also touch on the worlds of tech and culture. Each episode, we'll be tackling a different topic, looking at the highs, the lows, and everything in between. All those hard questions that you've always wanted to ask but were too afraid, we'll be answering them on this podcast. This episode, we're talking all about OnlyFans. And if you've been living under a rock for the last few years, OnlyFans is the website that connects fans to their favorite creators, usually for a monthly subscription fee. And although the website is not exclusively for adult content, the bulk of it is. And joining me today is a couple not afraid to show their fans what goes on between the sheets on OnlyFans and Pornhub. It's Mike and Jess Miller. Welcome both.
Thank you for having us.
Now, guys, let's pretend we are a potential throuple on a date.
Love that.
Straight in there, I'm not shy. And I'm going to ask you that awkward first date question. Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
So I'm 33.
I'm 35 now.
And we're
getting on a bit.
We're not an average couple, we're from Essex.
I'd say we're just an average couple. I think we are. I just think we're pretty normal, to be fair. We're just a normal couple. I think just do normal things. We just are happy showing our sex life online to
We have two children.
Two children?
So we're mum and dad.
2 beautiful children, 3 beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
Busy household in the Miller camp.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit more about what you do for work.
So we upload content to OnlyFans and Pornhub, and we just literally have a relationship sex. We just have sex like we would normally with a camera in the room, and we make money from it.
Mike and Jess, tell us a little bit more about the platform.
It's a platform that's changed our lives.
Yeah, it's changed our life for the better. Obviously, you set your subscription amount and you have to promote it. So you have to tell people that you have an OnlyFans profile. They won't do that.
They won't find
for you.
Right.
And it just allows you to upload content, connect with fans on a personal level, deeper level.
Be creative, upload what you want to upload. And
you're in control of that, aren't you, of the content that you put out. It's a fantastic platform in our eyes, to be fair. It really has changed the game.
Yeah. And what made you guys want to join OnlyFans?
So it was more by fluke that we joined, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we done webcamming before.
Okay.
And someone on the webcamming said, you don't need to spend all your time just on a webcam. Because we were on the webcam every evening. So from, say, 10 o'clock till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Webcamming every night. And she said, just upload your stuff on a place called OnlyFans.
Right.
You can film your content when you want.
And then
instead of obviously just, sitting there and waiting
we
for
would
webcamming.
We would record the webcam sessions and then we'd upload those videos onto OnlyFans at the start. Okay. But this was in 2019, wasn't it? This was before.
Okay, so not too long ago then.
Yeah, but before people really knew what OnlyFans was.
Okay.
So when she told us to do OnlyFans, we was like, never heard of it.
So who initiated? So before OnlyFans, you guys started out in the webcam sort of world. So, and how long have you guys been together for now?
10 years.
10 years, okay. And who initiated that conversation and put that idea forward? Go on, Mike. Tell us what made you come to this with this idea.
So I ran an events company beforehand, and Jess did some permanent makeup, and we found that we were passing like ships in the night because I'd be working all evenings, all day of the weekends, and Jess would be working all day of the weekends as well. We needed a better work-life balance.
Right.
So I saw that if we uploaded content onto Pornhub, they would pay you a portion of ad revenue similar to YouTube does. Right. So I said to Jess, do you want to give this a go? And
I was like, yeah,
go for it. Without any hesitation, she was like, yeah. So it was really exciting, wasn't it? So we sort of thought about it a bit. We spoke about it, and then one day we'd we'd gone shopping, and Jess had said in the car, she said, "Look, if we're going to do it, let's just do it. Let's just do it." So
he was really excited.
So we raced home and filmed a video before the school run, and it was probably the worst video I've ever filmed in our life.
He wasn't even concentrating on the camera. Yeah. It was just, he was in the video was just...
I was just enjoying myself, forgetting about the video.
But that's what people want to see as well, because it's like real life sex situations.
Yeah.
So you want to sort of depict it in a realistic way and not like in the movies where
not structured,
really orchestrated, super structured.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what people want, isn't it?
Yeah. No stop start. And,
right. Yeah. Now you guys are parents too, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. Now, how did you? Because your children are 8 and 13, is that right?
Yeah.
So those are really interesting ages because they're old enough to understand. 8 is when children really start coming with those awkward questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
No feel time.
They start hearing little things.
And the 13-year-old is getting a little bit older. She's going sort of through puberty and things like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys open with that conversation? Is it something that you keep to yourselves, or are your children aware of what mummy and daddy do for a living?
So I've always been so open with my children. My mum's really open with me, so it's just the way I've been brought up.
Good.
But I think with Chloe, when we first, like the 13-year-old, when we first started doing it, she was how old?
God, she would have been 8.
8,
Yeah.
same age. So I would say, mummy does lingerie. So every year and every time she's got older and more knowing, I've sort of put in a little bit more
Information.
So at the moment, the youngest, he knows that I do lingerie, and sometimes I'll say like, "Oh, mummy gets her like all the men like my boobies, like just little things."
Yeah.
So it's like his brain is getting to know little facts.
So it's not a shock when he's older to be like, "What?" Sorry.
Yeah, and we're very open with like talking.
Yeah.
Like if Chloe asks me a question about sex, then we're talking about it, and Stanley will overhear those things.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's very open in our household.
Fine. So no negative sort of response from your children.
No, I think
And how
we're
about
very
your-
sex positive.
Yeah.
It's all seen as.
Well, when we
good
did
light.
tell her, because she went to school and she was year 6, and someone said to her, "Your mum's a porn star."
So year 6 is around 11 years old, is that right?
Yeah.
So year 6 going into year 7, so very crucial
Yeah.
age, yeah.
And so she didn't obviously know them words. I never sort of said
No.
porn star. So she came home and she went, "Mum, what's a porn star?"
Oh, bless.
I was like, "Okay, I've got to answer this question now." And we sat her down, didn't we, at that point, and we just explained the whole thing.
Right.
And you remember her response, don't you?
Yes,
Sort of.
vaguely, but her response was sort of along the lines of, "As long as you're happy
And
and,
we're
I'm
happy.
looked after, I don't care." Like
Yeah.
she didn't care at all. That was the gist of it. That she really didn't care as long as that she was
Happy
looked
and looked
after,
after.
and
Oh.
It was
that
really
we-
sensible.
mature.
and that we were
Yeah.
happy. So yeah, it was a really mature response from some that I didn't expect at all. So it was really nice to get that mature response.
Definitely. And I think it's a reflection on the sort of environment that you've fostered in your family, that they do feel comfortable. Because if that was never a conversation, you suddenly hit them with, mum's in a porno or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
or someone else
Then
tells her.
right.
That was never what I wanted. I never wanted someone else to tell my children.
It's something you want to tell them yourself,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now, in terms of your extended family and friends, what was their reaction when you told them that you guys are getting into OnlyFans?
So my mum was fine. She said if I was younger, I would have done it as well.
We kind of went about it a different way. So we didn't necessarily tell them we were going to start doing that, because I think it's a different conversation. We wanted to wait until we were seen, because you can't
Had a little
upload
bit of
content.
success.
Yeah, you can't upload content onto Pornhub, it generate 80 million hits a day, and you not get recognised.
Yeah.
I thought we would have about 6 to 8 months. We were noticed in a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we wanted to wait until we were noticed before we had that conversation with them, because, as I said, it's a different conversation saying, "Oh, we're thinking about doing OnlyFans.
They're gonna go,
What do you
"No."
think?" Or, "Oh, by the way, we've been doing OnlyFans for 6 months. We're doing really well." So it was a different conversation. But everyone was really welcoming to it, weren't they? They've sort of accepted it and don't treat us any differently.
My sister had a negative. So my sister doesn't talk to me. She's not spoke to me since.
Really? Because of this?
Yeah.
So how did that happen? What was that conversation and how did the fallout happen?
So she just said that she doesn't want it around her children. It was just
They were 1 and 2 months at the time as
yeah.
well. So
She just
I don't know what she thought would happen when
At
we
that
saw them, what we would be doing in front of them. But, I don't know. But I just, to not have it around the kids, well,
But
your aunt and uncle.
mine and her relationship was
it? That's what I was going to ask. How was it before?
not
great.
Yeah, we'd always had a bit of an iffy relationship, so I think it was just her point of being like
a get out clause.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Interesting.
But it started nice, didn't it? Because she was like, "Oh, I love you for
when I first told her, it was fine. It was like
so. Was
positive.
it after then that she saw the success? Maybe. So do you think there might have been an element of jealousy there? Have you guys experienced any sort of jealousy? Because of course you're very successful at what you do. You're making a lot of money from it. So that naturally, almost always, is going to come with a bit of sort of resentment from
I always
your
feel
close
like
friends and family.
Trolls and you know
Trolls.
any negative comments is jealous people.
Yeah.
They're just unhappy people.
Right, absolutely. And what's the most out there request that you guys have gotten that you're willing to share with us?
I
had one the other day. What was farting, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
What did they ask you to do in terms of
what was
farting?
that?
I don't know. I can't remember what it was now. But it was just a flat no.
Yeah.
When they wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even need the details.
When they ask like, "Oh, can you do customs?" You reply, "Yes, we do." What are you thinking? What you're after? When you see the words fart, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not
There
even
was a
reading
weird
that,
one.
So are there keywords that you point out and you're like, no, I'm not interested?
Anything like that is pooing, farting.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like no, because for me, we're just having sex, and if someone was to show my children a video of me having sex with him, like it's normal.
Yeah.
But if someone was to show me farting in a cup, that's another story. I'm not doing that. So I think if it's something I don't want them to see,
yeah,
it's a no from me.
It's a no, fine.
And there was also a weird one, like someone wanted me to dress up as Elsa. And then
play Let It Go in the background.
Yeah.
And
So did you get a lot of requests for like dress up and characters and things like that?
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
get picked, but I don't ever do it.
You don't know. So
No.
you
I'm very,
step away
like,
from
yeah.
No. So with you guys, you want to keep your channel very much about we're just a normal everyday couple.
Yeah.
And this is just us having sex basically.
just
without
real
all
life
the
sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a big shift in people's preference in porn. There's the production porn, the
Right.
real porn star professionals that go to shoot.
lights, camera, action.
Yeah, all of that pre-productive stuff. And
Yeah.
then there's the amateur side of things. And I think amateur is really taken off and people prefer amateur because it is just real and natural and authentic,
Yeah.
not
And
fake.
relatable.
Oh, give it to
Yeah.
me, daddy. Oh, you like this, do you? There's none of that, And that really
Right.
does puts me off, to be fair, anyway, all of
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
And also, so you guys create content for OnlyFans as well as Pornhub. Do you have to adapt your content for either platform, or can you upload the same content onto both platforms?
we can upload the same content onto both
We
platforms.
were saying, weren't we, that we couldn't upload. So on
Oh, yeah.
OnlyFans, it's become a lot more strict.
Strict in what way?
So I don't know if you remember when they were going to shut OnlyFans down.
Yes, just tell us a little bit about that.
So our life nearly ended. So I remember that they said that they were not. You can't upload adult content anymore.
Yeah, they said it was in August. Must have been 2 years ago, mustn't it?
It was 2
Yeah,
years
it must
ago,
have been 2 years ago, 2001 now. 2021, sorry.
Yeah.
They said that they were going to be stopping adult content because of MasterCard. It was because of the MasterCard issue. MasterCard didn't want to attach themselves to a high-risk industry like the adult industry. So
Right.
because of that, there were going to be huge fees attached to using MasterCard and credit card and Visa transactions on the site,
Yeah.
which is what they use to pay and subscribe with. So they gave everyone, all the creators, until the 1st of October to remove all content or all explicit content. And
Which defeats the purpose, right? Because then it's like, okay, and then...
Their whole business runs on sex work.
Course, yeah. Because, as I said before, although it's, porn... OnlyFans says that it's not exclusively for adult content, but it's almost implied. It's
Yeah.
deep down, you're expecting a little bit more if you're paying a monthly fee than what you're going to see on Instagram.
they try to use it in the sense and try to there's a few adverts that we saw on social media for OnlyFans, and it was showing chefs
Or music.
or music or
Right.
artists, and it's just kudos to those people if they do that, but the site has become so propped up with
Yeah.
adult industry that I
Yeah.
think you hear the word OnlyFans, And
Straight away.
it's just it's a sex site, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like own it as a company that you're a sex site.
So the UK has the second highest number of accounts globally for OnlyFans. Why do you think it's grown so much in the UK?
Good question.
Yeah, why has it?
I have no idea why.
I think lockdown made it grow. I
Yeah.
think people financially,
Lockdown.
struggling. I think that we got into lockdown and that's when OnlyFans blew up.
Right.
And it was because people...
There's a huge cost of living crisis, as we all know,
Yeah.
and people are looking for ways for...
Quick money.
Yeah, to make fast, easy money. And I think we hear, when people are negative towards us about what we do, it's like, oh, you just get naked for money, or it's easy, anyone can do it. And I think people see
What
it
is
as...
it? Can anyone
No.
do it? No, I
No.
doubt it.
Anyone
Right.
can do it, but it is there's a lot more to it than just getting your kit off, taking a picture and
course.
uploading it. You've got to promote that. You've got to push
People
that.
think it's quick money. They think it's easy and it's really
not that straightforward.
Yeah.
You said, you know, our
Yeah.
first month on Pornhub, we made $3, and Pornhub don't pay you out until you reach $100. So it took us 6 months to get to a
get to
$100
it.
threshold
Wow.
before we got any money out of that site.
Wow.
So it
It's
really
a lot
is.
of sex, isn't it?
Well, I didn't mind at the time. I was
Yeah,
well
it's
enjoying
like,
myself.
another day
I'm
at the
down
office.
for it. I'm down for
I think we
it.
was lucky that we just sort of enjoyed that moment, didn't we? We
Yeah.
was just excited
Yeah.
that we was doing something different. It was like
Yeah.
spicing our sex life up. So we just carried on.
So having sex for a living, does that not impact sort of sex outside? So do you guys, and this is a very personal question, so do forgive me, but because you create content for OnlyFans, Pornhub, do you then have sex outside of that when you're not creating content? Or is it, do you know what, we may as well film it and then that's work done and then we don't need to worry about it? Do you separate the two?
Yeah, so we separated too. We've sort of like got a new thing in our life, which is, shall we film with no cameras? And it's like a new excitement.
Yeah, we call it just doing us.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, I love that.
should we just do us? And it is exciting still. There's no, because I think when we film with a camera, it is still the same sex. There's no difference,
difference.
in what we film and what we don't
But you do
film.
have to think
Right.
about where your body's placed.
Like the angles,
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
camera's facing.
So you sort of just have to place your body in certain sort of situations,
Yeah,
don't
no
you?
one wants a 10-minute video of my back just
No.
moving. Like some people might, but I'm guessing they don't.
Or one position, or not being. You sort of there is sort of a little bit of structure to it, I suppose, isn't
Right.
there? Even though it's
Loose
us
structure.
yeah. So when it's just us, it's
Yeah, because there has to be some form of structure, isn't there? If you
Yeah.
are filming something, you have to be mindful of
Yeah,
angles,
Yeah.
lighting,
you know, if
but-
we need
yeah.
to do a facial video, for instance, you know that the cum shot's going to be on the face, so you know
Right.
where you're going to end up or where you
Right.
need to be to get to that end. Whereas when you just do us, it can
it can be
It can be
2
random,
It can be
can't
2
it?
seconds, and we don't have to
yeah,
worry.
you don't know where it's going a little bit,
Yeah.
but
So going back to what you guys said before, because it took you about 6 months to see a profit on Pornhub.
Yeah.
So with OnlyFans, so the service has paid out $8 billion, which is $6.2, which is 6.5 billion pounds, to more than 2 million creators since 2016. 80% of the revenue goes to the creator, 20% goes to the company. Would you say that this is a fair split?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree that's
Yeah.
fine. The website's it's a platform,
It's a
they've
platform,
provided us a platform that's going to have running costs, staffing costs.
Yeah.
We know because we're trying to create our own website at the moment, and the costs involved.
Yeah.
We're trying to work with companies, and immediately when it's an adult industry, it's a red flag to a lot of banks and things like that. So they charge more because they need to cover themselves. So yeah, I think I'm happy with 20%
Yeah.
Yeah.
of a cut. It's fine for us.
And
It
they're
works
pretty good,
for us.
aren't they? Like
Yeah.
with like technical issues and things like that, they're always on top of it.
The only thing they don't have is a personal response or a quick
Yeah.
time response, but I think it's going to be hard, as you
They're
said.
quick
2
enough
million
though, aren't
creators on there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes them a day to respond to an email, but they
Yeah.
do respond.
Which is not too bad,
Yeah.
to be fair.
No,
Yeah.
it's a bit like trying to get in contact with Facebook,
Yeah,
or
oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
You'll
I
never
mean,
do it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And rightly so, you'll just get loads of bombarding calls from
Yeah.
women trying to, or models trying to be, where's my money, or this isn't going right. These people have annoyed me.
But yeah,
So-
payouts and everything, they're always really good, aren't they? So I think that what they take is
Okay, so they are looking after their content creators.
I'd
Yeah.
say so. Yeah.
So we touched a little bit before about sort of lockdown having an influence on the rise of OnlyFans. What other sort of contributing factors would you say are at play as to the reason why OnlyFans has grown the way in which it has?
Cost of living.
Cost of living.
Yeah, definitely. And the want of people to try and COVID, I think, is a big there's a big
Yeah.
rise in that.
Yeah.
But the want of people trying to make fast, easy money. People,
But I think
people
also
like
like
money.
the control that women have over their content, or men, like
Yeah.
you were doing, like you can control what goes into that content. If you're just doing porn and doing it with a production team, you're not in control of what you're putting out there.
No.
So I think that the fact that women can take that back and do it themselves is important.
And you know, we've seen so much female empowerment over, let's say, the last 10 years compared to, let's say, 30 years ago. And women are a lot more empowered and there's a lot less stigma attached. Do you think there's still any stigma left when it comes to sort of websites like OnlyFans, like Pornhub? Because most of the content creators are women and most of the subscribers are men. So men are not creating the content and women are not subscribing. Why do you think this is?
Women's bodies are naturally sexier to look at, aren't they? Women watch women porn, don't they? I think
It's
women
not
watch...
even that. Women watch women's Instagrams.
Yeah.
I don't follow men on
No,
Instagram.
not
TikTok.
guys, because I'm attracted to them.
Yeah, I just think like, I don't know, women just more interesting.
Women are better to look at, aren't
Yeah.
they, than men? So I think that's... And sex is very different to men and women. Sex is very one transactional thing for a man. So it's you can have sex with somebody or different people and it not mean anything, whereas for women, I think it means a lot more. So I think women aren't going to places like OnlyFans to get a quick fix for porn, whereas men will. So I think that's probably why there's more
that
men
old
than women.
saying that goes, women control access to sex and men control access to relationships. So I think the idea is that women can basically have sex whenever they want to and they don't need to have a monthly subscription fee to get turned on. They can just walk to the shop and for a pint of milk and they'll probably get pulled or something.
Yeah.
So do you think that might be, the thing is that women don't actually need it as much as men?
Yeah.
Because apparently men are having a lot more sex now than they were, say 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So do you think that might be contributing to it?
I would
Is
say
that,
so.
the whole
it makes a lot of
single
sense,
epidemic.
to be fair. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And also I think like we see it because we're a couple in OnlyFans, but I get a lot of the brunt. So the stigma on women is just still there, because if anyone is horrible to us, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah, not him. And like I say to them, he's in the video as well.
Yeah.
Like why are you not at him?
I'm a parent. I'm
but
in
it's
the
like
video.
you're a bad mum. Like you're doing this, but with him it's like
that's fine.
I get a pat on the back. Yeah.
Pat back and a high five.
Yeah.
And what kind of comments are people saying?
What do we get on? We get
Poor kids. That's always always a generic comment that we
really.
get. So poor kids. Yeah, I think. Oh, come on, you're not going to step in and save them, are you? Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
it's me. I get a lot of the like I'm a bike. Do you know what I mean? That I
Slag.
It's like they think that I have sex with anyone. They'll put the stigma on me that I'm just easy. I'm going to go out and shag any man that I want because I do OnlyFans, and that is not the case. If anything, it makes me not want to do that. Yeah.
So there's clearly still a massive stigma with women creating content, adult
100%.
content compared to men.
Yeah.
Wow. And are these comments mostly coming from men or from women? Or
Men.
It's men who are saying this.
Women really rarely say it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just thought it would be because because I guess my thought process is these men are paying a monthly fee, so you're paying me to watch this. So why are you now?
I think a lot of men feel angry that women
That they have
can
to pay
make this
for it,
money
I think,
for
yeah.
sex, what they love.
What they can't, and they can't.
Yeah,
in the same
and
way.
they can't. Well, and they can, like, but their audience is men.
Yeah.
And their audience is not women.
Right.
I also think a lot of it could also be that men have always been seen in olden times to be the breadwinner, the man who makes the money. Women stay at home, men make the money, men make more than their partner. Now, as a massive flip on that, women are making way more than men, seemingly doing less than what men do. And men
Even
lose
though
their
they're
mind
not.
over it.
There's a lot of bitterness.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I think, they feel that they're entitled to this porn or something, that they shouldn't have to pay for it. And because they have to pay for it, it angers them.
I think as well, like, people don't understand that these women who are top creators on OnlyFans are clever women, insanely clever. Like we've worked with people and heard of people, and they're very clever women.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be to create a platform and make X amount of money, because it's, like you said, some people might say, "Oh, well, anyone can do that," and it's like, well, actually,
Yeah,
no.
it's a business.
It's a business, and for any successful business, you have to be.
It has to be treated like
Yeah,
a
it has to be
business,
treated like one. Yeah. So, what would you guys say is the gender split on your OnlyFans? Because I know we said it's mostly men, but what is that split? What does it look like?
It's hard to tell what the split is, but I would say it's very high percentage men.
There are women on there.
Yeah, there are women. What would you say? 80-20?
Yeah, I'd say
85-15?
Yeah.
About 85.
15?
15?
80-20?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we asked our audience a couple of questions about OnlyFans, and there's one thing that really surprised me. So despite 69% of respondents saying that there's less stigma associated with OnlyFans than classic porn, only 9% have said that they've got an account. Do you think that people are still hesitant to use the platform? Because that's a big number of people who think, actually it's fine, but small number of people actually creating the content.
Yeah.
I think people don't want to be caught doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people worry about themselves and how their friends or family may respond to finding out. But if they work in, say, public sector jobs, for instance, and they decide to go down that route, say a teacher, for instance, if it ever got out, they'd lose their job.
Yeah.
So I think people are scared about, because we get asked a lot of questions to be, I want to start OnlyFans. How do I do this?
Yeah, but I'm
I don't want to
scared.
show my face,
Yeah.
or I don't want
yeah.
people knowing.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably a reason why
I think
they
the
don't
risk
want.
of everything that it could lead to in your life is
Yeah.
what stops.
Do you think there's a pressure for people to, because if you're not a member of the community and you just know sort of OnlyFans from what you see on, in the media and everything else, you might think, oh, this is just a really quick way of making money. And do you think with the pressures of today, cost of living and things like this, do you think that it can almost force particularly women into a career that they may not be prepared for necessarily? Do you think there's any dangers of that, or just do we think it's a positive thing?
I can see why there would possibly be that danger of people being forced into it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think no one, it's your decision to start an OnlyFans account.
Right.
No one can force that on you. You've
Right.
got to decide to do that. So yes and no, I think, for that answer.
that the
For
one?
that-
Yeah.
It's a tough one, that.
Yeah.
Lovely. And how you guys have been doing for, you've been together for 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've been doing OnlyFans for
4
for
years.
adult
Yeah,
content in
just
general.
over 4 years.
4 years. So
yeah.
this is just before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started just at the right
About
time,
a year
really.
before COVID, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah, we started
like-
December 2018.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
December 2018. Okay. And what did you guys do before OnlyFans?
So I had an events company. So I was a DJ. I did weddings, birthdays, corporate events.
Yeah.
And I'd done semi-permanent makeup, so yeah,
Fine.
just beauty stuff and...
And do you have any friends in the industry before you got into it?
No.
So you just
No,
went in
none.
blindly,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
complete newbies, no experience.
It
No
was funny though, because
experience.
I had a client, a semi-permanent makeup client, and she was a cam girl.
Okay.
So she'd tell me loads of stories, and she was probably my sort of like
Reference
open.
point.
Yeah, I was sort of like, okay, you're interesting. Like this is interesting. So she sort of got me a little, and I'll talk to you about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just,
So she sort of planted that seed
Yeah.
of, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if one of you ever decided, do you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, have you guys had that conversation of what you would do? Like, what would be your plan moving forward to make as much money as you're making now? Do you have a plan long term, or are you just going to do it until you're happy, until you're not happy?
We
rather?
do. I think it'd be so naive to go into something like this and not have
Yeah.
an exit strategy. So we do have. We're trying to create our own adult website at the moment, a social media platform that's going to be similar to OnlyFans, but it's not going to rival OnlyFans.
it's got a
going to be
whole different concept. hasn't
yeah,
it?
it's different concepts. It's going to be its own entity. So that is our.
We've put a lot of money into
That's
that.
our little
Oh,
nest
nice.
egg.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be YouTube, but different content to what you're. So what's going to be the difference between this?
Well, it's going to
website?
be a new social site, so that it will be open to models to joining the site,
Oh, so
like
it's for everyone.
OnlyFans. Yes,
Fine.
but
Okay.
only for the UK.
Yeah. So it's like a sexting site. So we've looked at everything on OnlyFans that they don't offer,
Okay.
and what girls use a lot to make money.
What do girls use a lot to make
So
money?
sexting.
So sexting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's hard to get people. It's hard to put a price on sexting.
Right.
So we've created a site that you explain it because you're a lot better at explaining it than me.
So it's taken us 2.5 years so far, and we're almost there at the final hurdle. We're just sorting out payment gateways and things like that. But it's a site that you, as a model, you will sign up to, and you will have a profile on this site. And as a user, you can go on that site and you can purchase tokens. And in exchange for those tokens, you can ring the model, so you can speak to her on the phone, like Babe Station.
Right.
Or you can text her. you can send pictures and video messages. So that's the sexting element there.
The phone element
in
of
real
it.
time. You can connect with a model in real time. The user's contact details and the model's contact details are all encrypted via a cloud service. So they'll see a mobile number, but it won't be the model's real number. It will be a diverted number
Uber Eats.
through the cloud.
How that goes through.
And then once that transaction's finished, the call is ended, that line is dead,
It's
that
dead.
number doesn't work anymore. So the model can't keep getting bombarded with calls or
And
texts.
the model can't bombard
the client.
the
as well.
client. Yeah.
Yeah, so that in essence is the
And
site. There's a
they
little bit more
pay
to
for
it. but-
every they pay for every text message that is sent across.
That is sent across.
Yeah.
How much would you charge them for a text?
You can set your own
As a
price.
model,
you
yeah.
can set your own price. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
some
So
girls will set really high prices, some will set lower prices. So yeah, it's in their hands, isn't it?
Yeah, so it gives that model that control again
Yeah.
of saying how much their time is worth to them.
We found it's hard to keep logging onto OnlyFans and getting through your messages. If someone wants sexting, like it's going straight to your phone. Like you can
Right.
see it, you can answer it throughout the day. So
Fine.
yeah, that was our.
So what I normally found with social media apps is when they start, it's like super easy to like grow your audience, and the more popularity they get, the harder it is to grow that
Right,
audience.
yeah.
Have you guys found that it's been 4 years now?
Yeah.
So have you found that over the years it's harder to grow a channel, or it's easier because you're getting more views and more subscribers?
I think we always say we rode the wave with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So we was in the wave that took
lockdown
us
wave.
up, and all them girls in that wave have managed to stay there. And anyone joining now, it's a lot harder,
harder.
to get anywhere.
Fine.
Yeah, I think the same with social media is exactly the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
if
we
you
was
joined
on
TikTok when it first started,
Yeah,
you've got a higher profile. Now it's harder to get views. Yeah.
And do you guys have any friends in the industry who have had any negative experiences with OnlyFans?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
Everything's
Everyone that we've made friends with over time has, they've just been lovely
the
people.
nicest people.
Yeah.
The nicest people.
You've never had any threats that you thought, okay, I should probably take this seriously and call the police or something?
Do you know what? I think
Like
it's worse
trolls
on
and things?
TikTok.
Oh, really?
Worse on yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you? Because we all know TikTok is they're very strict with their content. If they see one word they don't like, they'll shut it down.
Yeah.
Almost. How is it when you work in the industry that you do work to create content for TikTok? Is it difficult? Do you find that you get shadow banned a lot, or actually they're not too bad?
Our TikTok profile, I think if you were to come to our TikTok profile as a complete new person, you wouldn't know that we do that. We don't post thirst traps.
Yeah.
We're not parading ourselves in skimpy outfits.
We just
you know
do
what I mean?
funny
Talking sexy,
relationship.
doing sex
Yeah.
positions. We just do relationship
Just
banter.
normal stuff.
Yeah.
Just day in the life, vloggy stuff. Do you know what I mean? So people can follow our life, but we don't post that generic thirst trap stuff, because that's what gets taken down. That's what TikTok don't want.
They
Because
don't want.
there are.
And I think people
younger children
like to know us
on the
as
app.
just a normal couple.
Yeah. So do your fans on OnlyFans sort of want to know a bit more about your life in general and you guys as a couple outside of the bedroom? So do you find that OnlyFans helps you to grow on other platforms like your Instagram, like your TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that people are just interested in our life, aren't they?
So
Yeah.
people buy into you as a couple. It's not even so much just the sex element, of course, is what got them there in the first place. But what keeps them around and interested in the two of you is you two as a couple.
Yeah, and we found that on our OnlyFans now, we tend to have people that we've helped. Mm-hmm. So we get a lot of messages saying, "Oh, you've helped our relationship. Like
Right.
we've learned new things from you. You've made us spice
Yeah.
up our relationship."
Yeah.
So it's quite nice, isn't it, that we've got that following of people who inspire to have not uploading content, but just inspire to have more sex and have a closer relationship and communicate better.
Yeah,
You do
and
also get a lot of crossover, don't you, with people that come from, say, social media like Instagram or TikTok, and they come onto OnlyFans like, "Oh, I've been following you on Instagram for a long time. I love your stuff. I love your content." So it's always, you do get a lot of crossover.
Would you encourage more women to get onto the platform as subscribers?
That's up to them, isn't it? I think it's up to them. I think it's if they're subscribing to something they want to subscribe to, then absolutely. But it's I think that's up to them, isn't it?
Yeah, I do find that I know lots of women creators who have a lot of women fans, but I think it's because they've built an audience through social media, and then women are there to support them.
And women are very supportive. If you've got anything going on and they love you, they'll jump on it. Yeah,
and they're there just to support and just sort of write on your pictures and say like, you look good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it's nice.
Yeah.
You go.
And if you are thinking about going on OnlyFans and you're worried for for whatever reason, what advice would you guys give somebody who's aspiring to be an OnlyFans creator?
I think a lot of people stop doing it because they worry about their body and that they're not good enough.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, oh, I'm too fat to do OnlyFans. I'm
Yeah.
not good because I'm too fat. But what I've learned from OnlyFans is that men love women's bodies, the stretch
Real
marks,
bodies, yeah.
wobbly bits. Like the men on our OnlyFans especially, they're always there to like big you up.
Yeah.
And it's made me realise like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm sexy. I'm
Yeah,
hot.
because I feel like I was blurring out my stretch marks and someone was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna. Don't put any filter on.
Yeah.
Just go. Like if I'm not wearing makeup, they just love it. They just love me for how I am.
So do you find, and especially for women, and the pressure to look a certain way and just societal pressure on women is just so much more intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for you, do you find that it's actually boosted your confidence being on OnlyFans and sort of being laid bare?
Yeah,
so to speak?
definitely. So I had my boobs. I had implants. And I went to have my implants redone, and I ended up having an infection and having my implants completely removed.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go on my OnlyFans now with
Scar.
removed boobs.
Yeah.
Like I'm back to my, original boobs. And I was
Right.
panicking. I was thinking, oh, we're not going to make the money.
Yeah.
But the support was insane. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
made me think, I don't want my old boobs back. They're just, like, I don't want implants.
People
They're-
love
That's so
the
interesting.
realness.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what it is, and I think that's why you guys are as successful as you are, is because people do want real people, real life conversations. And I think what is it? I was talking to a friend the other day about the reboot of Big Brother's coming back.
Yeah.
And I think they announced it like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And I remember just going on TikTok and just even having conversations with my friends, and everybody said the same thing to begin with, like, we don't want any of these influencers with X
Yeah.
amount of followers. We want real people.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we so desperate and like craving just to see realness that I think is great. Something like OnlyFans where anybody, and there's a market for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah.
Everybody's
Oh,
sexy,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
gonna
As long as
find.
you've got the confidence is key.
Yeah, and confidence is sexy.
Yeah, like just be confident in what you've got. Because
Yeah.
you're only you once, so
Right.
rock it. That's what I think.
Love it. Okay, guys, should we end with a little quick question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Right, so we asked our audience if they use OnlyFans for non-sexual content. What percentage of them do you think said yes? And the closest to the correct answer will come out on top.
What percentage use OnlyFans for non-sexual
Non-sexual
content?
content.
About 2%.
I would say. I was going to say.
Be low.
I would say 5 to 10%. Yeah, I'd say it's really low.
Be really
Really
low.
low. Okay, I need different answers because somebody has to come out on top.
Okay, I'm doing 2%.
You're doing
I'm going really low.
2%?
I'm going to say 10% then.
10%. So, Mike comes out on top.
Oi! What's the answer?
Yeah,
What's the
what is it?
The
answer?
answer is 11%.
11%. Look at that. I was
yes.
bang on there, wasn't I?
Yeah. So very low, but we
Very-
expected
yeah.
that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'd love to know what that 11% use it for. Then.
Yeah, music,
I'd love-
I reckon.
Music. Yeah.
Really? Oh, is music a thing on OnlyFans?
Yeah, and cooking.
Yeah. Cooking
Yeah.
chefs like an artist.
It's
Stuff,
got to be
yeah.
music, fitness, and cooking.
Music,
Yeah.
fitness, and cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Are the other ones as big as the sort of adult quote unquote content? Would you say, like the cooking and the music? No.
I wouldn't say so.
No.
I'd say it'd be very
So
hard.
just that's the 11% there
Yeah.
for the music
Yeah.
and food.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of profiles.
Yeah.
So guys, if we want to find you on socials, what would be the best way for our audience to track you down?
So on TikTok, we're Jess and Mike 4.
Which is number 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Instagram is Jess Mike Miller XX is you. Mike _Miller _DJ is mine. And our OnlyFans is JM Miller.
Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on top today.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for having
very-
us.
yeah.
And
thank you for having
congratulations,
us.
Mike, because you came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
doesn't
thank you very
normally.
much. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
we
thank
really
you.
appreciate
You're
it.
most welcome. Remember, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave a review and stay tuned for more juicy bits.